So for those of you who do not know, Elon Musk and DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, which is a new department as of Trump becoming president again here in the United States, they recently were given access to the Department of Treasury. They were granted access from the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, I think is his name. And then some days later, less than a week later, a judge blocked that. Even though it had already happened, they were already given access to different documents, different financial information, government spending, all that. A judge then a few days later blocked this, and then Musk wanted for that judge to be impeached, and so does Trump. Now, the Department of Government Efficiency is meant to, who knows what it's meant to do, right? But what they say it's for is for modernizing technology for the benefit of the government, and so the government can be on top of things technologically speaking. Now, I would like to know how having access to the Department of Treasury, which overlooks government spending and financial information as it relates to the government, how that is relevant to the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. I would like to know how this was allowed to happen, why it, spoiler alert, it's not necessary, but why do they think it was necessary for them to have access to this? How does that involve technology and government efficiency as it relates to modernizing technology? And yeah, again, spoiler alert, it doesn't. I don't even know what I have to say about that except for that. So if you don't know about that, it was happening. They were able to, they say it was only on read-only view, the documents and the financial information they were able to see. So I don't know if they were able to take copies of this information for their department and their Musk's employees in his department to look over all this financial information. Again, it doesn't make sense for what they do. And this is happening because, well, in my opinion, and many people's opinions, it is because Trump and his administration want to cut back spending on, or even completely eradicate, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. And these things help people who are retired, people who are disabled in any way, to receive income if they're not able to work or if they were retired. The age now is at 62 to qualify for Social Security, and that's you receive that income generally when you're 62 or above, and that starts at that age, because that's around retirement age. It used to be 65. For Medicare, it's still at 65. I think Social Security used to be at 65. Anyway, Medicare and Social Security are very similar, but that kind of information and who gets paid through their state or the country through those programs, it's run through the Department of Treasury. They have that information, okay? Because that involves government spending, because the government is helping to pay people who are retired or disabled or something similar. Now, people believe, allegedly, that is why Musk and DOGE wanted to get access to this information and to any documents, any forms, and to see how much is being spent, but also, who is being paid. They could have looked at who specifically across America was getting paid this income, right? Which is very concerning because, like I said, Trump and his administration want to, if not only just cut spending back on these programs, but completely eradicate them. That would make a lot more people houseless. That would make a lot more people yeah, it could make people lose everything because people rely on these programs to live day to day. So what would happen then if, and again, I don't know how exactly Musk viewing this information would I don't know if it would mean him targeting specific people. I don't know if him viewing this information would mean something else, just wanting to see like how much money spent where. Again, does not involve his department. That's why he's not in the Department of Treasury, which deals with this information. I don't know how the secretary isn't seeming to get in trouble for granting access to Musk. How is he not getting in trouble? The secretary, the Treasury Secretary, how is he not getting in trouble for granting access to Musk and his DOGE department employees for accessing this information if it's not necessary in any way? And this is very private and personal information. Beats me, I don't know. It's very frustrating though, it's very scary. Because, yeah, it shouldn't be allowed, but it was allowed for some days, and then a judge blocked it, and there are also people from different states. What type of lawyers are they called? Kamala Harris used to be this before she was a senator or representative. But, like, the legal professionals represent each state. Why can't I think about defense attorneys? There we go. That represent each state. There were multiple states. I think Minnesota was included in that, where they were filing a lawsuit. I don't know if the lawsuit is still going, or if it will end, or if it has already ended in some way, because the access has been denied after a few days, but they still had access to information. I don't care if it was only on read-only view. That literally does not matter. So, I don't know if that lawsuit is still ongoing, but very concerning. So from personal experience, many years ago, my father was put on disability, and that was able to help him retire early. I don't remember if that was through Social Security or Medicare, because again, they're similar. But it probably was, I don't remember, it was probably through Social Security. I get them mixed up. It was through one of them. But he finally qualified for disability. And it could have been through Medicaid, but I don't believe so. But he qualified for disability. He was able to retire early, right? He had a physical disabilities, which was impacting his ability to work. He had been trying. It takes also, here's what people don't realize. Normally, I want to say, I don't know the exact specifics, right? And I feel like we wouldn't get a clear statistic on this. And this is coming from somebody too who has applied in different states for Social Security, or I don't know, any sort of disability benefits, and has been denied each time, so multiple times in different states. Like, I want to say 9 times out of 10 at least, they will automatically just deny you on the first time, and usually you have to get legal representation, so a lawyer to help you to get benefits. And usually people cannot even afford to do that, to be able to qualify for benefits, and benefits that people get are very low, bottom of the barrel. My dad will still have to go to the food bank all the time. People still have to go to the food bank. And he lives in North Dakota, okay? In North Dakota, there's a lot, I feel like, better resources as compared to a lot of places where you can go. Like, it's cheaper living, and you can go to a lot of food banks. I could do a whole, you know what? If I remember, I want to do next week's video, if I remember, on food banks, because I have stuff to say about food banks, but generally speaking, I'll just say, food banks, people act like they're the greatest thing. I cannot tell you, I've been to many food banks. They have a lot of, like, moldy food there, a lot of very expired food, or food that expires the next day. And so if you're trying to, like, help feed your family, it's like, what are you going to do if you can't afford food otherwise? So I guess just feed them a lot of very unhealthy, there's a lot of unhealthy foods, the packaged foods, even those foods are more likely to expire soon or are already expired. Like, people, what I'm trying to say is people in these programs who go to food banks, who can't afford to do much else in life, they are not really treated like people anyway. And there's so many people, by the way, who say like people in these programs are people who just don't want to work. Okay, and that's just not true. There's people saying, oh, it's all the people coming into this country who are on these programs. I can tell you from personal experience, like me going to these food banks, me seeing the people at like these government official offices, seeing who is in these programs. Sure, there are people who aren't natural born citizens that are there, but there are also plenty of other people who are not, who are there. So we have to stop attacking people who are not natural born US citizens, okay? Because that isn't right. Because I can guarantee you, like, people like empathy. If people with certain thought processes, if I snatched one of them up, placed them into like my body, my father's body, anybody's life to have lived, they would be like, oh yeah, we should raise the minimum wage. Oh yeah, we should allow for these programs to exist. These programs help save lives, okay? And that doesn't even to get into already the bad housing crisis in America. It's so bad. And as I've said before, I'll continue to say, the middle class keeps shrinking. The lower class keeps expanding, and the upper class keeps expanding. Anyway, so there's so much people, up here. There's more people because of wealth inequality. There's so many people who are getting more and more into being classified as low income, living in a low income household. Okay, and yet the people up at the top keep making more money. So how does that make sense? For them to keep making more money, people down here are making less money, and yet the people down here who need financial help in some way or who can't work, they just get any rights stripped away from them that helps them out financially, monetarily. If these programs get majorly cut, I'm telling you, more people will become unhoused. Okay? I'm also so nervous about this administration because financially, it is like people are very depressed. People are posting crisis hotlines all over the place for good reason, because and the administration is saying, like, we're going to do a lot financially to help. Yeah, maybe you. People like me and you in America are going to suffer. Oh, there's so much financially that's going on right now. I can bring up the tariffs again. How that is going to continue. That is going to continue to make everyday American people pay more, be able to afford less. People are going to have to start working overtime. More and more people already are, by the way. So it's like people already don't have lives. People already can't afford anything extra in their lives, right? And that's what people don't understand. A lot of these people, first of all, I think people should have the ability to access like a subscription to a streaming service or something, right? A lot of people are canceling them because they're expensive. But the people who are in these programs oftentimes can't afford these things, and if they can, it's like very, very, like, you have to penny pinch. So if people are like, oh yeah, people are going to stop paying for these things, it's like, okay, I guess. A lot of people already don't. What about those people who don't pay for anything excess? They just work and they pay their bills and they still can't even pay for their bills. Then what are you going to say? Go to college? No, people can't afford to go to college. People maybe don't live near a college. People can't afford online college. So then what? Oh, just take a loan? It doesn't work that simple. You can't just get a loan. You have to apply for it. A lot of people also have bad credit scores. I wonder why. Oh, gosh. I can't. So, but seriously, answer me this. Why do people who already have a lot of money and want to take it away from people on here? And the answer is simple. They just want more money. Okay? So with Musk doing this, who knows what else he's going to do with this information? It's a slippery slope. Like, we literally, this is how everything going on right now, by the way, in America, messed up. There's so many plane crashes happening too lately. Like, today, I'm filming this on Monday. Was it yesterday night? There was a plane crash. Another one that was it Colorado? Or was it Arizona? Somewhere in that area, right? Oh, there's so much going on. And then people are blaming it on DEI initiatives, which makes absolutely no sense, by the way. That's not how it works, by the way. If I tell you that's not how it works, will you believe me? Probably not. Not y'all, but it's so frustrating. There's so much going on. I wish I could help more, especially financially. I'm not clearly in a place where I can do that. But I would love to be able to be in a place where I could do things. So what can y'all do about what's going on right now? I get multiple petitions sent to my email every day that I sign. That's the simplest thing you can do. It doesn't matter if you live in a blue state, a red state, or more of a neutral state, right? Writing to your representatives, your senators, that's very important. Writing any sort of petitions, that's important. Y'all can do that. I like the whole Musk thing that's been going on. Anything involving Musk, I write those petitions every day. And right now there's still the process of people, like, I think they have not elected yet the Department of Security person. I don't remember her name, but she'll probably end up getting that position. There's a lot of people being elected into these positions in, like, this new DOGE freaking Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, okay. What are they actually gonna do? Especially when Musk is on Twitter. Yes, I'm saying Twitter. Literally all day. And that he has backup accounts too that have been revealed. At least one undercover account. He tweets so much per day. So how is he actually going to be beneficial to anything with the government if he spends so much time spreading hate on an online platform? But okay, I want for y'all though, with what I was saying before, to be educated. If you don't live in the United States, like, you don't have to, like, because I don't know as much about what's going on in the other world, so I'm not going to be like, you have to know about what's going on in America. But I get told, like, in my live streams and stuff, people are like, yeah, your politics in America affect my politics here. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I'm not, I voted. I did not vote for the circumstances that be as a nation here in America, okay? It's very frustrating. Because it's weird, it's like, how did the hate Trump, how did the hate Trump progress that need to be made? I mean, there's many answers to that people could say. I'm so hopeful, hopefully that, but also this is a nationwide thing. People nationwide love Musk. It's like what's going on in Germany right now. I feel for y'all. So many people, there's like a movement of right-wing people. It's like, do y'all not understand? The people voting for these people, it's like, do y'all not understand? They don't care about everyday people. They care about making more money. So it's like, why do poor people, some poor people, some middle-class people, love rich people so much? It's like, the answer is still the money. I think they think, oh, that person has a lot of money, so they'll make sure all of us have money. That's not, I can assure you that is not how Musk thinks. That is not how Trump thinks. Okay? I just wanted to rant. I wanted to rant about that. I didn't know what I was going to think or talk about, but I kept thinking about that happening. I get information and news about Musk and Trump like every day. Keep yourself informed. Just recently, also, Trump put a 25% tariff tax on steel and aluminum. Like, he's putting high tariff taxes on a lot of things. High tariffs. Now you're coughing. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that though, but just keep yourself informed. if you live in America. If not, keep yourself informed on what's going on politically in your area. Stay safe out there. Much love to y'all.